We now return to your regular programming.
Hola! So for this video, I thought I would do a Christmas makeup tutorial. I know I'm a little bit early, but I wanted to get a head start because I also want to do other Christmas videos. I have so many ideas on different looks you can do for Christmas, so I definitely wanted to get a head start, and this is what I came up with. I did a red lip and of course red glitter on my eyes. So if you want to see this makeup look, then just go ahead and keep on watching this video. I'm going to start out with the eyes. I'm going to prime with the Too Faced Insurance primer for the eyes, and that's going to help the eyeshadow stay in place. And for eyeshadow, I'm going to be using Bay from the Huda Beauty palette. It's just a neutral eyeshadow, and this is just going to set that primer. And I'm going to be applying that with a blending brush all over my eyes. And then I'm going to start out with Sandalwood as my transition color from that Huda Beauty palette, and taking this from inner to outer corner. And then I'm going to be taking henna and I'm going to be applying this further down from that first transition color so I can have a gradient effect. And I'm using a e.l.f. crease brush in order to apply that, and then taking a blending brush and blending those two colors together to make sure everything is smooth and I won't have any harsh lines. And then I'm going to be taking Man Eater from that same palette, and I'm going to be applying this also on the crease, but I'm taking this down a little bit further down just because I really want to show the transition between the eyeshadows. Making sure to blend everything out with a blending brush with no additional product on it. The key to making sure your eyeshadow looks very good is to blend, blend, and then I'm going to be taking a little bit more of that Man Eater, intensifying that color and blending everything out. And then I'm going to be taking this single eyeshadow from Wet n Wild. It's a sparkly red eyeshadow, and I'm going to be applying this all over the lid with a flat Wet n Wild eyeshadow brush. And I'm going to be applying this on my lid, not taking it further up from the lid. I don't want it to get onto my crease, so just applying it very carefully onto the lid. And I'm going to be taking the NYX Dewy Spray and applying this directly onto my brush, and I'm taking a little bit more of that product and applying it over it. This is just going to intensify it and make it look a lot more sparklier and a lot more vivid. And I really love this eyeshadow. It really is like a true red, and it's perfect for the holidays. Then I'm going to be taking my Milani Easy Brow Pencil in Natural Taupe, and I'm going to be filling in my eyebrows. I'm not going to be doing anything intense, making sure to brush out the hairs after I apply that so it won't be too harsh. And then taking my L'Oreal Brow Stylist Plumper, making sure my eyebrows stay in place. Going back to the Huda Beauty eyeshadow palette, I'm going to be taking the eyeshadow Bay, and I'm going to be applying this onto my brow bone in order to clean up that eyeshadow, because I don't want it to go above or too high onto my brows or too close to my brows. And then I'm going to be taking Moon Dust in order to highlight my brow bone. And I'm going to move on to my face. I'm going to be using the Baby Skin Instant Pore Eraser in order to prime my face and also help fill in my pores. And then I'm going to be taking my Estee Lauder foundation, and this is a full coverage foundation, and I am in Pure Beige. And taking this foundation onto the back of my hands, then applying it onto my face because it does not have a pump. But regardless, this foundation, it's a very good foundation. It won't budge. It will last all day, and it's full coverage. So I'm going to be pouncing that in with my Real Techniques sponge, and I'm going to press it into my skin because that's how I get the most coverage out of my foundation. And then I'm going to be taking my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer in Light, and I'm going to be applying this underneath my eyes. I can't get enough of this concealer. I really love it. It's full coverage. I'm going to also be applying that onto the bridge of my nose, above my lip, on my chin and a little bit on my forehead, and this is the areas where I'm going to be highlighting in my face, and then I'll be blending that in with the other side of that Real Technique sponge. And this concealer does dry pretty quickly, so you have to work with it kind of quickly, but regardless, it's a good concealer. And in order to set that concealer, I'm using my Airspun loose powder in translucent, and this is just gonna set the concealer, make sure it doesn't crease. You have to apply this, you have to do this step as soon as you're done blending in your concealer, because it will crease on you if you don't. Then I'm going to remove all that powder with a powder brush, and then I'm going to move on to the eyes again. I'm going to be taking that Huda Beauty palette and taking henna and applying this onto my lower lash line, and then over that I'm going to be applying Man Eater and smoking out that lower lash line. For bronzer, I'm going to be using the Lorac Big Tantalizer, and this does have a hint of shimmer, but it makes your face look radiant. So I'm going to be applying this bronzer onto the hollows of my cheeks, on my forehead, on my temples, and this is just going to bring back some color. And using a MAC 129 brush in order to apply that bronzer. Then I'm going to be taking that beauty sponge. I don't have any extra product on this, but I'm going to try to clean up that contour and make it a little bit more sharp and cleaner. And then I'm going to be using my BH Cosmetics Glamorous Blush palette, and I'm going to be using that last color on the second row. This is a burgundy blush which matches very well with the eyes, and I'm applying this onto the apples of my cheeks. I really love this blush palette because it has so many different blushes all in one, so you can just grab for one thing and you have so many options. So I'm taking my NYX Dewy Spray and applying this all over my face before I continue with the rest of my makeup, because I don't want it to look too cakey. While that dries, I'm going to be applying my lashes. I'm using the Ardell Baby Wispy lashes, which are very natural, but I personally like natural lashes because I don't want my lashes to overpower my eyeshadow or overtake my work that I did. So I tend to go for more natural lashes so you can be able to see my eyeshadow. So I'm going to blend that in with my Benefit Roller Lash Mascara, and then I'm also applying it onto my lower lashes, and then tight lining with the Marc Jacobs eyeliner in black. And then I'm going to be taking my NYX Dewy Spray again and spraying this onto the Morphe fan brush and taking Champagne Pop and applying this onto the highest points of my cheeks, making sure my highlight really pops. Also applying this down the bridge of my nose, and in my opinion, you can never have too much highlighter on. I just really love highlighter and I love the way it makes my skin just glow. I'm going back to the Huda Beauty eyeshadow palette, and I'm going to be using Moon Dust, and I'm going to be using this eyeshadow and applying this onto the inner corner of my eyes. And then I'm going to be taking my Rimmel Kohl's pencil in white, and I'm going to be applying this onto my waterline. This is just going to open up my eyes. Then for lips, I'm going to be using the Jordana lip liner in the color Sedona Red, and this is a true red lip liner. I'm going to line my lips with this and also going to be filling in my lips, and this is going to be option number 1 for lips. I'm just going to leave it matte. So for those of you who likes a matte lip, this is option number 1. And then for the second option, I'm going to be applying a gloss. I'm applying Milani's gloss in Red My Lips, and this is going to be option number 2 if you like a very glossy lip. After applying that gloss, this is going to be the final step to my holiday makeup look. So we've come to the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed that makeup tutorial. I have a couple more I want to do before Christmas, so if you do want to see that, go ahead and click that subscribe button so you can be notified when I do put up the videos. And I hope you guys enjoyed that. If you did, go ahead and give it a thumbs up, and I will see you on my next video. Bye.
Regular programming.
Hola! So I thought I would do a makeup tutorial using the Huda Beauty makeup palette. I really love this palette. For me personally, it works. I love the eyeshadows. I